Hello, welcome once again to our Limit Break Lifestyle Hangout. This is our 6th Hangout, and tonight's topic is about raising your life standard, raising the bar. And welcome, first of all, welcome. We can see a lot of attendees here. I can see about 9, and there should be more coming. And so brilliant. Thank you all for being here. So just to make sure that everyone can hear me, can everyone go on the chat box on the right and just type in hi and hello and introduce yourself or whatever, so just to let me know that you can all hear me loud and clear and everything's fine for everyone. If anyone has any technical issue, let me know now. There should be a chat box on the right-hand side of things. So I want to say welcome Liz, welcome Jacob, welcome Kelly, welcome Dima, Johnny, Martin, welcome Timbo, Winston, Duncan, and Ken. Wow, we have a lot of viewers here. So just in case you haven't heard me, there is a toolbox on the right-hand side of your Hangout, and there's a chat box on the left. On the left tab, so this should be on the top. You should see chat, polls, attendees, pop-ins. So if you click on the chat box, you will be able to chat to the rest of the members here. Excellent. So Callie says he can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. So we'll start now then. So once again, welcome all. Thank you for being here. And I would like to introduce our friend Sam Y. And Sam is a very inspirational figure right now to me personally. He is the founder of Enigma Escape, which is, if you all want to check it out what it is on, if you go to the pop-ins tab, the 4th tab on the top of the right hand side, there's a pop-in tag, and then it will give you an information on what Enigma Escape is. It's a live escape gaming experience. It's a bit like how should I say? If anyone's got a 3DS or DS, it's a bit like one of those puzzle games, murder puzzle games where you have to solve the puzzle and trying to get out of a room. But it's real life experience, a bit like Crystal Maze kind of thing. But so pretty cool. You should all check it out. So yeah, so I would like to introduce Sam. And Sam, thank you for being here. It is an honor to have you. And yeah, so Sam, I would like to just start off with basically, I want to get everyone to know you. So if you want to, maybe you would like to share a bit about your story, just a bit of background about yourself before we get into your project. So just tell us a bit of basic information about yourself and who you are.
Right. I am 27 years of age. I was born in England. You might can tell from my British accent. Studied here, born and bred. Went to Loughborough University, and I actually majored in industrial product design. That's what I majored in. After doing 4 years of that with a sandwich course, I went into 3D printing. It's a great industry, upcoming technology, selling in the sales business, trying to convince people that they should print at our pace. And then after 3.5 years of that, I quit my job and I started Enigma Escape.
Wow. So that's interesting. So you went into 3D industry, because a lot of people don't know what the 3D printing industry really is. Is it the 3D industry or is it the 3D printing? I might have heard you wrong. 3D printing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So many people might not even know what the 3D printing is, and it's basically new technology where it's a new technology when people can actually start printing real objects out with ink, and you can print a phone, you can print a gun, and medical industry right now is using 3D printing technology to print organs, and so it's an amazing technology, and that's where the world is heading towards right now. So just a bit of information about 3D printing, if any of you guys have not heard of it before. But wow, that's very cool.
Thank you.
So why did you start your project then? So why did you start Enigma Escape?
Why did I do it? Well, when I was at my 3D printing job, I usually go on holiday every year, and last year in February I went to my favorite place, Budapest, Hungary. I've been there many times. Great food, great weather, great spas, and I've been there so many times that I went to have a look at what was the top thing to do on TripAdvisor there, and I found this thing called escape games. And I was like, oh, what was that? So I went with my friends and booked a game, tried it out, and I absolutely loved it. It's essentially you're a small group of friends, and you get locked inside this room, and you don't know where the exit is. But there are puzzles, a series of puzzles that you have to solve to eventually find the final key to open the last door. And it's such a challenging and thrilling game, all set within an hour. It was really fun. So when I came back to the UK, I had a look at where else I could play escape games, and I was really surprised to find that there wasn't that many places to play. This is about this time last year. In London there was only 2, and I could see that they were all fully booked out for months ahead, and I was like, wow, why is that? And I just saw an opportunity there. There must be, because there's a lot of demand, that this is a fresh new activity and there's not enough supply. So I decided that, okay, it seems like quite an easy business to do. Just design some puzzles, make an exciting room. So that's what I did. I quit my job and trying it out. Have you heard of
Wow.
that?
Yeah, I did. I was just listening. Okay. Did you have any ideas before? I mean, did you have any other ideas that you might have decided you might want to get into? So, so obviously, Enigma Escape, all these puzzle games you was thinking about is one of your ideas. That's obviously what inspired you to do it. But I mean, before even this, did you have any ideas that you was going to become an entrepreneur, or if you thought you was going to do something else or start another project based on something else?
I did, actually. Good question. For my whole life, I've always been very business-minded. Started in, like all young British-born Chinese, in the takeaway, family's takeaway. So the family business was a great eye-opener to me. How you could just, run your own business like that. So I've always been trying to think of a business idea to break into the market, to actually, make a company and make some money. And I think that's why I like product design. I like to design things which are new, which are innovative. And for a long period of time, I had been trying to invent something that doesn't exist in the world, but I had found that everything seems to have been designed. There's only things, all people do is just rehash it and improve it. And that didn't seem like the right route for me. And to answer your question, I did have an idea of setting up a restaurant.
Okay.
I think most people had this idea, a new type of sandwich restaurant that I had an idea for. Have you heard of this thing called canapes?
Yep, I heard about it. Canapes.
Yeah, they're like miniature sandwiches, a piece of bread on the bottom with filling on the top, well, ingredients on the top, all nicely decorated. So you usually find them at posh parties or meetings, conferences. But again, when I was in Budapest, I saw these sandwiches being sold at a little corner store at £1 each, and I was like, wow, these are so tasty, so nice to look at, and still loads of people are buying them. Why doesn't this exist in the UK? And for a while I was trying to develop the idea, but I didn't go ahead with that business idea because yeah, I don't have any knowledge in the food industry. I didn't feel like I would have made a good job with it.
So you'd say you would say basically you at an early age in your life you kind of had this entrepreneurial spirit in you, right? So like there was a higher calling that you want to get out of this your normal work, and you just want to build something for yourself, get into your own business, no matter what it is. Am I correct?
Yes, I had this great urge to make something of myself, do something different from a young age. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people, especially in this room, who've always wanted to start something up for themselves. We do know that there are a lot of people in our community right now that they want to start something, just like you. They have an idea. They might have a fantastic idea, or they've seen someone walk the path of entrepreneurship and have succeeded, and they want to do the same thing. But it's fear that's holding them back at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like yourself with the food industry, like, you know, a lot of them might have a good idea, but they don't have knowledge. They don't have what it takes, or they think they don't have the knowledge or the expertise in getting into that field.
Yeah, I agree.
So what you're sharing here, you know, many people can definitely relate to. So we've got a question here by Momo. He's asked, how long did it take you to design the puzzles?
That's a good question. It's taken a bit of time. I found that well, one of my USPs, unique selling points of my business, is that my puzzles are not just any old random logical puzzles. I mean, there's many escape games where you have to solve a Rubik's Cube, or you have to find a key to open a lock to find another key, and all of that was all random. My puzzles, they are story-based, so to be able to solve it, you have to understand the story, have imagination for it. And using this form of puzzles, I was managed to think logically to design it quite quickly. So I created a formula of how to design an escape room and design the puzzle within it. So my latest game, which is called The Killer, is a serial killer based game. Took me about 2 months to design, to get everything sorted, source all the props, all the electronics and all the functions.
Wow!
Yeah,
so it took you 2 months to prepare the room, to create the actual room.
To design it all in my sketchbook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my business isn't open yet. It's going to be open around June sometime, and from April to June, it's going to be about 2 months of actual construction. So it's all designed, just waiting to get it started.
Wow, that's a lot of exciting news coming our way. So yeah, I already told Sam that I'm going to be one of his first customers. I'm definitely excited to check out this killer. I'm a fan of Crystal Maze, and I'm a fan of all these other puzzle games. So the moment I heard about this project, I thought, wow, I've got to play this. So yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I love you to come down. I'll show you a good time.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, a bit more onto the project, about the business structure and things, about your business model. Let's talk about partnership. Who else did you try to get on board, and what type of people was you looking for when it came to finding the ideal partners? Did you already knew who you was going to partner with, or did you have to actually go out and find them?
Well, I think I've been blessed with my choice of partners. At the right at the beginning, in April, when I quit my job, I planned to do this whole company setup by myself. I thought I possessed all the skills that to set up a business. And after doing a business plan, which I do recommend anyone setting up a business to do a business plan, you highlight your own strengths and weaknesses, and you either bring in a partner to complement your skill set to help your weaknesses, or you actually try and learn and sort it out. So 2 months in, it was around May, I was talking to my cousin called Han Ban Lee, and he was asking how I was doing, and I was explaining to him my project, and he really loved it. He really liked the idea, and he wanted to be a part of it. And for me to allow someone to be a part of my vision, I had to understand what he's good at and if it would complement me. So the way that I choose a partner is if their skill set would complement my strengths and also help my weaknesses, so that we can become a stronger team. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you actually highlighted how important it is to make a business plan, because a lot of people fail to make a business plan, or they don't know how or really why it's important. I remember watching one of the Apprentice series, whereas one of the finalists actually came up with a business plan that was about 2 pages long.
Sailboats.
2 pages long with lots of diagram, bullet points, and it was just, what? It's like there's no vision there. There was just no vision. It wasn't even a plan. It was more like a presentation notes. And that Lord Sugar just said, just get out. You're not serious. Just get out of here. I don't even know how you managed to get as a finalist. But that actually goes to show that even people like the Apprentice candidate, right? That you would actually think that they're smart enough to write a good business plan, right? In natural fact, not a lot of people know how. And so I'm glad you actually brought that up. And again, with regarding finding the right partner, as in finding the right type of personality and what your partner is good at and talented at, in order to complement your weakness. A lot of people actually do that either. A lot of people just think, oh yeah, me and my friends are going to do it, or me and my brothers and we'll do it. And it's not, what they don't get is it's very important to actually find out what each and one of your talents and strengths are. I mean, tell me regarding your cousins, what did he have? I mean, did you give us a few examples of how what he's good at and what you're good at, and create a good partnership together?
Sure. Well, my cousin, before he quit his job, he was advertising on operations manager. One of the top roles in Harrods, sorting out all the advertising spaces and how things are presented for clients who want to advertise in Harrods, right? And his strengths, so I can tell from his career and from what he was saying that his strengths were in operations, leadership. He can manage people. He can manage projects. So the role that I gave him for my company is operations director, because it is what he's good at, and I basically do everything else which is in the background. So what I've told him is that he does the foreground, he does the day-to-day running of the business, he makes sure everything goes smoothly, recruitment, look after the employees, customer service. He's the front of the house, and me, I'm the back of the house. I'm the creative guy. He designs all the games. I expand the business because it's my vision. My vision extends on the website, the impression front on that. So we make a good team. How he does the front and I do the back. Together we build the business.
That's very good. In actual fact, I would say that's actually a very perfect combination. Whereas you're the creative person, and then you've got the person here who actually, you started off, and then he finished it for you, and
Yeah.
he runs it for you. And then that way you can keep growing, and you can focus on creating more maze, and gives you more time to expand the games, and that's very good. And I just like to use this opportunity to actually give a few valuable contents to our group here. What me and Jonathan has learned is that from Roger Hamilton, one of our mentors, he basically shows you how to find the right business partners or the right people to work with, because there are 8 different. Well, if you do the Genius U test, you can find a link on our website. If you just go to geniusu.com, there is basically you can take a free test it basically shows you what type of genius you are, because obviously if you judge all animals by how they can climb a tree, you're going to think most of the animals are stupid, like the fish, for example, because a fish can't climb a tree. But if you put a tree in the sea, the fish will by far swim the best. And so that goes to show that everyone is unique and is good at something, but not everyone is the same, and how you can all complement each other. So if you do the test, you can actually just see what kind of genius you are. There's only really 4 genius. There's the creative genius, the creative genius, the dynamo genius myself, and myself, I'm a genius as well. And someone who's of the blaze side, the blaze genius, is people together. It's all about the who and the connection. And John is also a semi-tempo genius. So the bottom, that's at the bottom. That's more about services. That's all about the service and timing. And then we have the skill genius, who are the introverts, people who are really good at systemizing things and structure. They like structures, and they like to pay very, very close attention to detail. So people like engineers and accountants. So that's what they're good at. And so that's how important it is. And the funny thing is, me and Jonathan really complement each other as well, because Jonathan is my head is always up in the sky, is up in the clouds, and thinking about funny things, fun ideas and new ideas, and then someone's like, and I'll think of unrealistic things, and then back down. I'm like a hot air balloon. He has to like pull me back down to earth to make sure we're sticking to the right path. And so that's how we complement each other. So I actually do plan to do another video based about this. So if you're all interested, let me know, and add me as a friend if you want. But I will definitely post it on our Limit Break Lifestyle page. So you guys just like our page. If Jonathan can just post a link up for them so that they know where to go to our website perhaps as well, and then they can. And then they will be able to get, so yeah, I intend to do a video based on that to give you guys a bit of information about that. Momo said I should do a video, a 12-page a video series on how to build a business plan. Okay, possibly. All right, just looking through a few more. What gives you? Jacob asked, what gives you the inspiration or the ideas for your puzzle?
Okay. My puzzles, they're all story based. So what I mean by that, say I give you an example. There's a room that you can't enter. It's locked, and there's an access keypad right next to it. You don't know what the code is. You can try and keep plugging in codes. You might try and find some patterns in the room and think they're the codes to the keypad, but if you think about the story a bit more in depth, what would the people in that room set the number on the keypad? Then you might be able to figure it out quicker. And in actual fact, if you actually take a look at the keypad more closely, you may even find that the keypad, some of these numbers are a bit worn down more than others. So say there's 4 digits a bit more worn down than the others. That might give you a clue. When you have 4 digits that are more worn down than the others, there's actually 24 combinations of code, and you can try them all. Eventually, one of them will let you in. So this is what I mean by story-based puzzles. And so what gave me inspiration to create the puzzles is that I think of the story first. I think of it like a great movie with plot twists from start, middle, and finish. And what's great about my escape games is that I show you a video at the beginning to set the story. The middle of the story, you play as an escape game. Whether you win or lose, if you escape or not, you'll get different endings. And the puzzles, they're derived from the story, as like the example I just gave you, the keypad to enter the room. So the story inspires me, in short.
Right. So it's more like you're the North. It's like one of those role playing books, right? You're the author, and
That's it.
and basically the audience, the players basically are like they read, they read the movie, and then it's like somehow they got sucked into the movie, and then now they're like part of the actual story themselves, right? And so now it's like a role playing game then.
Yeah. You
That
you are
is
the
very,
main you are
very.
the main characters.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So you're the main characters now. So now you gotta. So it's more than just solving a problem. It's really like engaging and getting. So you're not just engaging in the problem solving, but rather like. This is my personal question. Does that mean all your other games are going to be linked like a series? And so does it follow on from the previous stories as well?
Yes, I kept myself open to that. Some games may be sequels, some may be prequels. I based it just like a movie. So it's all open. Right now, I've only have one game designed. I'll see how that goes. If the response is great, I might bring a second movie.
Excellent. Right, excellent. Okay, just gonna take this opportunity to divert a little bit. I can see now that there are 20 attendees. Wow. So for those of you, for those latecomers, I'd like to say welcome to our Limit Break Lifestyle Hangout. This is our sixth one so far, and tonight we've got our special guest speaker Sam Y, who's the founder of Enigma Escape, which is what we've been talking about all this time. And he's also an entrepreneur, and he's just quit his job and decided to follow his passion, and to take a leap of faith. So a very inspiring figure to me personally. And for those, there is a toolbox on the right, and there's a tab that says chat. There's a few tabs at the top. You can click on a chat tab, and then you'll be able to see the chat box. So you can start engaging with members there. You can talk to each other, and you can also ask us questions. Thema has asked a question to Sam. What was the biggest obstacle in launching your business so far? That's a really good question, because we was going to lead to that. So Sam,
Yeah.
did you have any limiting beliefs that was holding you back before you started this? And and as Dima asked, what was the obstacle in launching a business as well?
The limiting beliefs. What stopped me from going ahead?
Yeah, I mean, like limiting beliefs could be, before you actually got into this, you're inspired and you wanted to start this, but before you actually started and quit your job, was there any sort of limiting beliefs that was in your head to hold you back, to say, right, or did you procrastinate a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. There were many things. Firstly, personal life. It's actually, you can think it's a big constraint, because once you set up this business, you should really put your heart and soul in it, and almost all your life savings into it if you think it's going to work, or someone else's. But a constraint would be commitments to a relationship. That was one of my constraints. Limited beliefs of how to set up a business. I had no clue of how to set up a business. I think those were the two ones. Didn't know how to start, and relationships. And what would it, how would it affect those two things? And of course, did you want me to tell you how I overcome those beliefs?
Yeah, please do. Definitely. How did you overcome your limiting beliefs and just decide, all right, enough of this, I'm just going to go ahead?
Well, the knowledge part of it, the business plan was something that was mentioned to me quite a few times. At the beginning, an advice from a colleague when I was at work told me that the first thing you should do when you're setting up a business is to go find an accountant. They will tell you what your next steps are, and that's exactly what I did. I managed to choose a great accountant. They helped me set up a limited company. Well, they actually told me which company type is best for my business model, and it happened to be a limited company for me. And they said, go away and do a business plan so I can review it. And it's really daunting because business plan templates that you download online, 20, 30 pages, loads of things to fill out. Oh, I can't be bothered to do this. But it's actually been very beneficial to actually plan out it, and also to see if this business idea is going to be a runner, if it's going to go. And this is not a plug, not a sponsor, but I used a website to write my business plan. This website called liveplan.com. Maybe Jono can write it in the chat. They have a software-based, it's broken down in sections, and each section has like instructional videos and examples of how to write that section properly. And then going through that process, which took 2 months because it was I had to do lots of research. It was really an eye-opener. It really told me which parts of the business were flawed and which parts I had to work on. And if it ticks all the boxes, then you know you've got a good idea. So, yeah, doing the business plan and going to my accountant really helped me overcome the lack of knowledge of opening up the company.
Excellent. So what would you say was your biggest obstacle in terms of now launching the business itself?
The biggest obstacle, I guess, finding a place to set up. It's been very tough. It's been a year-long negotiation. My business is, well, I didn't know this to begin with, but businesses are classed in different classes as per planning permission. You got the A groups, which are restaurants and cafes. The B groups, which are I think it might be businesses and offices. And mine is specifically D2, which is leisure and entertainment. And there isn't, and you as a business owner can only rent places which have that permission, unless you go a change of use, which takes a while with the council. So the biggest obstacle was to find an actual place that was suitable, and then discuss a price which was even more suitable to work with my business plan. And I was fortunate enough to find a place in London. And it's been over almost a year's long worth of negotiation, trying to get the price down, and them trying to put the price up. And over this long period, I've not had income, so I've been losing. My money's going down the drain to rent the longer we wait. But we sorted it out now. I have a place.
Good. And that actually, Jacob actually asked, is it Jacob? Yeah. So, what made you choose your location, Ignima Escape, for Ignima Escape? So you pretty much answered that as well.
Well, I think.
Okay. So.
I think specifically,
yeah.
I could answer it more specifically because I did say London, but I didn't say why. Because London is the best place for tourism, basically. This business model is based on numbers, based on unique visitors, and London's the best for high prices and population. So that's why I chose that.
Excellent. So back to limiting beliefs then. Do you still have any at the moment? So obviously limiting beliefs in terms of starting up your project and starting up your business, but now that you actually bypass that and now you're running the show now, do you still feel that you've got any limiting beliefs, that's holding certain parts of you back, or part of you that are not unsure of?
Well, I don't think there is any more limiting beliefs. There may be skills of which we both are weak at, which we will deal with accordingly, but we do not feel that we would fail. We've gone this far. Even the landlord believes in us that we will do a good job, so he let us rent the place. So, I really think that we're going to be successful.
I believe you will too. I mean, you probably recall that I wrote on Facebook that I have a strong gut feeling that this will be a success, without a doubt.
Thanks for that.
I truly, I mean, I'm excited. Even I'm excited. I can't wait to get to test your game. So it'll hit skyrocket. I think it's just a matter of you marketing it and promoting it now. Once it's up and running, and then once the message is out there, once people know about it and they share about it, when words of mouth gets out, that's it. I think Enigma Escape will do really well. So wishing you all the best in that.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So I have a question now. What is more deeper now? Let's get deeper into about this. What does Enigma Escape mean to you now? Now that because I am aware that you've committed a lot, both time, money, and energy. What does this really mean to you?
It means the world to me. I live for the business. Everything I do right now is for the business best interest, not because of this thing called director's duties. It's the legislation where you have to look out for the best interest of the business. But I feel like it's my baby. It's my creation. Something that I just came up with just by my mind, and making it reality. I really can't wait for this to start and show people how great escape games are, and I want to watch people play my game that I designed and have fun. That's the next moment I'm going to wait for. The first day, the first sale, the customers are happy when they leave. I can't wait for that day.
Oh, would it? I mean, you'll be able to watch it from the monitor screen, right? Game going to be recorded?
We may or may not record it. I think the DVR has record setting, but all our rooms have CCTV cameras with microphones, so that we can track all the players' whereabouts. Mainly because to see if they're safe. We don't want that they're playing in an enclosed space by themselves with their friends. We want to make sure they have a safe, enjoyable time. But also, we can see if they're doing anything unsafe, and or if they're struggling. If they're struggling, we always keep a lookout for them. Make sure that this is how we look after our customers. Make sure the customer service is good.
I just think it would be a good idea if you actually record each session and turn it into like a Crystal Maze kind of show.
We have thought about that.
Then that would give away the game, wouldn't it?
Sorry, say that again.
I'm just saying, but maybe that will actually give the game out, right? That will give the answers out to all the other people who was watching it. So
that's right. We can't
maybe
do
not so a good idea.
We can't do any live streams. I have thought about recording it and then maybe put some GoPros on people and then edit it out to have our own custom experience on their DVD that I can take away without revealing the secrets. That's one idea that would be quite labor intensive to do, but it actually, I think if people have the demand for that, then I might do that in the future.
Okay, good. So, Dima asks, Enigma Escape.
Sorry, I missed your question.
So Dima has asked a question: how did you come up with the name Enigma Escape?
Oh, great question. Don't think anyone's asked me that before. There are quite a few names taken already, and the names that are from my competitors I didn't think at the time was very good. No one had the word escape in, so I was like, okay, I gotta have the word escape in my title. And I was looking for alliteration and also some words that resembles puzzles, and Enigma Escape just caught on. I couldn't forget it once I came up with it, so that's how I came up with it.
Oh, excellent. And so, okay, what is your current goal right now? Or what is your bigger vision? That's what I want to get to now. Let's talk about intention. I'll go on. We will talk a little bit about intentions and what me and Jonathan have to talk about that later on. But what are your intentions with your business right now? So obviously you want to make it as a you want to grow a business and you want to create people. But what is your core purpose for doing this? Do you have any other intentions, motives, maybe leading on to bigger things in life for you personally?
Oh, there are two reasons why I do this. It's one because it's a great passion of mine. I'm an escape game enthusiast, creating escape games. What can be better than that? Like I love to play games, escape games. So I'm for the escape game community and for people who've not played before. I'm trying to create the best one ever. Of course, the other one is money. Money has been. I don't come from a good background. We come from a poor background. Maybe that's what's also one of my drives, is to raise my standard of quality of living, and make more money. And I couldn't do that just sitting in a day job in an office. I could get a pay rise now and then ladder up, but I always knew that the most efficient way was to set up a business, and I just had to wait for that right moment, that good idea that came along. And I do recommend that if you do a business, to make sure it's something that you're happy and passionate about. Otherwise, it will never work.
Do you see your company growing? How big do you plan to grow this? That's the question.
As big as it can get. We're trying to be market leaders in my industry, but I'm also conservative and realistic. And more often than not, when watching or when looking at other people who fail, is that they don't plan ahead and they start way too big. What we're trying to do is start very small. We're starting off with one game in a small place, just to see what the interest is like, to build up a customer base, a fan base, and eventually, if it goes to what I dream of, is that people would love it, is that I would exponentially grow according to the demand. So if there's more people if there's demand and they like it, then I keep growing and growing. I can go multiple sites across nationwide. I would franchise across the globe. It all depends what the demand's like. It won't stop me.
Excellent. Dima Dima's got a lot of questions. Dima's also asked, but they're all relative though. So, yeah. Where else after Budapest, obviously, did you play escape games, and which one did you like the most? Top three.
Top three, wow. I've played one in Birmingham and 5 in London. The top ones, number one, it would be Clue Quest. They were actually one of the originals in London, and they have a really good, a great game. So I'd recommend Clue Quest. But that's it. It's just 6 or 7. Yeah, about 7 games I've
But
played.
obviously, no one will be the best. There won't be any competition.
There will always be competition. But they may not. Yeah, they may not compete. That's the key.
Well, I think that your unique selling point at the moment is that you've got stories incorporated with it, so it engages their mind a lot more rather than just solving a problem. It actually gets them to immerse themselves in the story. So that itself is a very unique way to do this. I mean,
Thank you.
I keep getting exciting the moment I think about your game. I really want to play it personally.
Yeah. Good news. Yeah.
Great. Right. I mean, I've come to the end of my big questions, my major questions, and it doesn't look like anyone else got. Jacob has asked, "Have you been in communication with other escape game companies?" So that's a good question. So have you communicated just with other companies like this or competitors, and maybe do some partnership with them?
I haven't as of yet. I'm keeping under the radar. They probably know that I exist. The only communication I've given them is that when I was playing their escape games, when they asked me what my team name was, I always said Enigma. That was back when I never actually set up the business yet. So maybe they'll remember me.
Excellent. Right. Oh, Demas got a question. How will you approach the competition that is getting more intense in London?
It's a good question. How will you approach the competition? Okay. Well, firstly, the competition in London is not really that intense. It's actually still quite fresh. There's not that many in London compared to other parts of the world. In Budapest, 50 plus. Beijing, there's 150 plus. Hong Kong, I think there's close to 100. In those areas, they're quite saturated, and only the best ones have survived. So London being another capital city, at the moment, the competition is not really quite competition. We'll wait a few years' time to see how saturated that goes. But the key point for me is that I have to open up as soon as possible to be one of the early ones in the industry, so that I can I can have my rep in the long run, and then I'll become a brand that's known even for ones that are starting up next to me. Start early.
Yeah, definitely. Now now is the right time for you to get on board. I mean, now is actually the best time for you to be, start building up your own reputation and credibility and get in the market before anyone else does. Yeah. I can see a huge potential in this, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay. So we know that Enigma is in London. Whereabouts will it be in London? So that people have I mean, is there an address?
Yes, I haven't released the address yet, but it's right next to Holloway Road Underground Station on the Piccadilly line, just outside the Tube station. It's about 2 minutes walk. It's very, very accessible.
Excellent. Right, I've ran out of questions for you, Sam. So, is there anything else you want to particularly tell us about your project or yourself that we may have missed out?
Yes, there is. money-wise is another key issue when it comes to business. And you either have your own savings. If you don't, you ask friends for support. There's the FFF strategy. It's family, friends, and fools. Go through these three options first, and then go to the banks and then venture capitalists. But I was fortunate enough to have enough savings with my business partner, my cousin. So together we're fortunate to have enough. But I say enough. We're actually a little short of our budget, and to make it more comfortable, we've created a Kickstarter campaign to crowdfund a little bit of money to help us. People who are genuinely interested and wanted to support us, want to see us through, want to help us generally set up the project. I'm sure I think there's a link on the site under pop-ins that IC has made. If you click that, you can find out more about our business, and if you like what you hear and see, please help pledge a little donation. You'll get rewards in return. Like I engraved your name in our wallpaper that I got in the front entrance of the building. You will become on our wall of founders, which is a great piece to put your name on a building in London. I'm giving you guys an opportunity just for the minimum of £5.
Wow, excellent deal. To engrave your name as a founder of Enigma's project. Wow, yeah. Just £5.
Help me be a co-founder. Set up this business with me.
Excellent. Yeah. So guys, definitely. There's on the tab to the right. It says pop-ins. So if you click on pop-ins, it gives you the basic information of Enigma, and there's a big check it out button on the bottom. If you click on that, it will open up a new page for you, and then it will bring you to Sam's Kickstarter webpage. And so far, Sam has raised over £2,000, and so he's almost halfway there. And to be honest with you, this is a great opportunity for you to you can get some discounted tickets, can't you, as well, Sam?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So if any of you are planning to even play the game anyway, I highly recommend that you support Sam in buying a few tickets. At the same time, it comes with bonuses such as engraving your name as a founder, your supporter, and also you get a medal for each player. Yeah. And all sorts of bonus. So do check it out. It is a really exciting project, and it's definitely one of those things that you would go anyway. You would it's like paintballing. It's like go apes. It's like go karting as well. It's like any of these group activities that you and your friends will eventually go. And why not purchase a few tickets now for the discounted rate? I'm going to do the same. I'm definitely going to be purchasing them next week when I get paid, and I will use them for my next birthday. I intend to get all my friends out on my birthday party to, we're just going to play this game for my birthday. So I just can't wait. Yeah, so, yeah, guys, support Sam. His even if you have nothing to give to him, if you don't have the money or anything, do spread the words. Share it on Facebook, share it to your friends and family, Twitter it out. It doesn't cost you anything, but what Sam is doing here is really great as an example for our community, and it just goes to show that if you support him, he'll be able to do well in the future, and then you'll be able to. I truly believe, like Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is giving, and the moment you give of your own free choice, your life will absolutely change. You will feel immense abundance, and you will not feel that there is any scarcity in this world. And I am a big believer of karma as well. I believe that if you give and you do well and you do good to others, it will come back to you. And it's also the reason why Jonathan and I have decided to do Hangouts like this. It's so that we can give back to the community. It's so that we can give back to you, give you free values, contents, and knowledge, and to share with you our journeys and experience, anything that will help you. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I just coached someone I gave them a 2-hour coaching session in consulting and guiding her life, and she had she's doing, she was very talented, and she had a lot of potential in her, but she was not but she didn't believe in herself. She didn't have any self-value or self-worth. So she felt that she just felt that she wasn't not happy, and she felt that no one appreciated her time, and she's things that she's doing is just a waste of time. And it just comes down to having that value in yourself and giving yourself, valuing your time, valuing yourself more. And so I believe that every one of you have a gift. Every one of you are good at something, and every one of you are born with a special gift. And your purpose in life is to give that away. Your purpose in life is to find out what your gift is and give it away. And Jono and I this is what we have decided to do to give back to the community. Jono, you've been quiet.
No, I've just been letting you guys chat. Right. Well, let's go back to part of the main agenda was that raising your life standards. As Sam said or mentioned in his story, which was, how do you overcome your limiting beliefs or raising your life standards? Is one, because of money. Sam wouldn't tolerate any more about, having a monthly paycheck which barely covers bills, barely going out. You spend about, a weekend or 2 weekends, and then that's pretty much your savings gone for the month. You wait for the next month where you're just struggling on sandwiches or coffees, for lunches. It's not really living, you're just existing. So Sam wasn't tolerating that kind of lifestyle anymore. He wanted to raise that, by, being excellent and outstanding is only by 2 millimeters. And as long as you are willing to raise that bar, raise your standards, not willing to tolerate that kind of lifestyle, or what are you born to achieve? If you ever wondered to yourself, have you been lost? I've been lost many times. You could ask Ick. I've consulted Ick about probably once a month. I'll tell him that, bro, I'm lost. I'm really lost. I need help. I need guidance. I'm really lost. I'm really struggling with my life. I had no purpose. I could not find a purpose of my life. I was just simply existing. Working a day job, 9 to 5, same routine, or 9 to 8, or whatever hours you work. But when you can take holiday, when you can't take holiday, just existing like a robot. You don't have anything passionate for. I was completely lost, and that's when the reason why I wasn't tolerating it anymore, which was, I had enough. I come from a similar background to Sam. It was a takeaway, working in a Chinese restaurant or Chinese takeaway, but it's not really a lifestyle that I want. So that's why I wanted to get out. I wanted to do something. I wanted to say, I want to achieve more in my life. And the moment you realize that you want to give back and contribute back, that's exactly what it means, Good things come back to you. For example, one of the societies I created during university, which was Abacus for Brunel, that society is still going strong now. And over the weekend, they won the Southampton football tournament, which I thought, wow, they're winning cups. That's something I feel proud about, because it's something I made happen. If I didn't create the Abacus at Brunel, there wouldn't be a society. They wouldn't be able to win a cup. They wouldn't be fulfilled in life by, during their university years. They are winning cups and medals because there's a society that's been created for them. And that's when I started contributing back and realizing, I have a passion to give back, and that's where it all came from. It now all makes sense. So when you see why you're struggling, is because maybe you're not giving back enough. You're not you're tolerating a lot of things that you do now. You're tolerating a lot of crap. Then all you're gonna get is just crap. But the moment you realize you set your standards higher, you lift your beliefs and your standards higher. You'll want to be more than what you are now. And that's when you start realizing things around you become higher standards. You probably drive around in a banger car, but a lot of your, you start hanging around with friends who drive the more higher end cars, the Mercedes, the Porsches and stuff. Maybe eventually you will raise up to that standard because you're hanging around them so often. You'll get given opportunities, or you realize you create more opportunities by being around those certain people. A lot of my mentors say between the first 5 and 10 people you hang around with determines the outcome of your level of your income right now. So my mentors, they hang around millionaires. Of course, they can be millionaire standards. If you're going to hang around with billionaires, the more likely chance you're going to be a billionaire as well. So that's the sort of standards that you want to start living. So that's what I meant by, that's what we mean by setting your standards. And that also goes down to your self-worth, your self-value, how much you respect and value yourself determines how much people see the value in you. If you give a lot of your time away, this for instance, I wouldn't say give a lot of your time away, but like, how should I put it?
Wasted on people who don't deserve it.
Wasting on people who don't deserve it. Like, for instance, people who just want to drain a lot of your knowledge or drain a lot of your time, but they don't actually take action on your knowledge and on those values that you give them. They are probably just wasting your time. So I would say move away from those people and actually give back your time to people who actually value it, who are willing to take action on the tips or the knowledge that you have, that you share. Something like now, I know a lot of you are here to listen on Sam, to find out his beliefs, his story, how he's jumped, overcame his limiting beliefs to start a new business venture. Not many 27-year-olds would take out 70 grand to start a new business, right? So that's the kind of standards and beliefs that you have, that you're limiting yourself. If you want to wonder why you're struggling with your goals, that could be one reason why. Look back on what is the source of, what's stopping you in the first place to achieve what you want. What's stopping you from achieving your goals? It could be simple things like what Sam said, finance, or don't know how to start a business, don't know the hows. There's always someone out there that's done the know-how. You could just follow their model, or find out what their model is. There's many other mentors or people that's done it out there already. So source them and find out how they did it. Model their actions. Find out how they started. And as in being a limit breaker in our Limit Break Lifestyle Academy, is either can or cannot. You either do it or you don't do it. And that's the sort of attitude you need to start raising your life beliefs and your life standards. So
that's right. We have a mentality of all or nothing. There's no such thing as try. You don't try, you just do it. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. But if you're going to do it, do it.
And do it properly.
Yes, do it properly. Find guidance. As John will say, find the right mentors, people who've done it and been there, done that. Find them, model them, copy them, steal their work if you have to, steal their business model, and just go for it. But don't let any excuses stop you. Like Sam before, like Sam has mentioned before, probably one of his limiting belief was that he didn't feel confident enough because he didn't have the skills. But successful people don't stop there. Unsuccessful people will say, right, okay, I don't know how to do it, so they stop. They stop learning, and they don't ask, how am I going to do it? Successful people will say, right, I don't have the skill, I don't know how, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to find someone to teach me, or I'm going to find a way to learn about it and do it. And that's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Just simply taking action.
I agree there.
Well, that's it from me. I think I rambled up quite a few minutes. So.
No, that's good. That was really good stuff. So to recap, Jonathan just basically went through the four intentions, the four things you need to do in terms of setting up your standards. So obviously this hangout the topic was about raising life standard, raising your standard. So one is about setting a standard that is above your pain threshold at the moment. How many of you, let me ask you a question. How many of you are struggling in terms of, how many of you feel that you're struggling in life? How many of you right now currently feels that there's no one supporting you, or you feel that you don't value yourself, or people don't understand you, and you feel like you have to tolerate a lot of crap in life from other people? That is a standard you've set for yourself. As Tony Robbins says, you get what you tolerate in life. At the end of the day, you get what you tolerate in life, and that is your standard. And until you raise that standard, until you tell yourself that no more, I will not tolerate this crap anymore, you need to raise the game. You need to raise the standard to a level where you can get to the comfortable level and stop feeling like you're the victim, and stop feeling like you live in a cage life, like an animal, like a trapped up lion, because you are a lion. You're not the circus lion, you are a lion, and this cage that you've imposed on yourself, that you put on yourself, you can break free of that. So stop doing that by raising your standard. Next thing you need to do is set your time. Setting your standard is number one. The next thing you need to do is setting your time. Set time for yourself to learn. Set time for yourself to learn new things, to learn the hows, to learn how to overcome your problems. Set time to plan your life. Set time to actually create goals in your life. Set time to hang out with the right people in your life, and set time to build relationship with mentors, or with, join our community. This is what this community is all about. Our Limit Break Lifestyle Academy is a community full of people like us, and like you yourself, and successful-minded entrepreneurs as well. And eventually, John and I will be inviting other special guests like Sam himself, but we will also be inviting mentors, people with knowledge and expertise and skills in finance, in business, in relationship, in all sorts of areas in life. Join our community, and we will bring these people to you, and you will learn so much from them that we promise you will get as much value as you possibly can to help you improve your lifestyle. That is what this community is all about. So yeah, setting your time, setting your standard, and then setting your goals, and most importantly, setting in your intention. What is your what is your mission? What is your highest calling? What is your high calling and your highest purpose in life? These are the four things you need to really seriously think about. But mainly, I know for a matter of fact that many people are still going through a lot of crap in life, and that's because they've set up their own standard to do so. They have decided subconsciously that there's nothing I can do about it. People treat me like crap because not because I allow it, but because that's how it is. But no, you are the decision maker of your life. You get what you tolerate in life. So that is the key. And as Jen says, it's time to level up. Yes, indeed, it's time to level up. Don't be that kitten locked up in a cage. Be the lion. And if I am pretty sure that a lot of you out there listening have the same kind of dream that Sam has. I believe a lot of you out there have the same kind of inspiration, an idea, a passion that you want to go ahead and do. Just do it. If you feel that it's time to do it, just do it. Don't put excuses on yourself about the how or not having the money. Get funded. Start a Kickstarter like Sam did, for example, or get a business loan, or do a proper. Obviously, don't borrow any money unless you have a proper business plan and you make money out of it. But what I'm saying is, if you think strategically and you think properly, if you plan properly, like Sam said, and you're planning for success. You're not planning for failure. Right. Yeah. So we've come to the end of the Hangout. I really appreciate all of you here and all of you for listening and being with us. Is there any more question? If there is any more question, please feel free to type it in the chat box now, and Jonah and I will slowly go through them. Liz asked, when are you likely to recruit? Now, I'm not sure which question is that relating to. Is that for Sam or is that for us? All right, Liz said the story is for Sam. Sam, are you likely to recruit soon?
Not soon, but when the time comes, everyone will know about it. So watch this space.
Excellent. Yeah. So if anyone else have any questions, feel free to ask us now. Or feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Or if you have any question about our Limit Break Lifestyle Academy, feel free to type it in and ask us. But apart from that, just a few more information for you guys. You see there's an admin notice, on top of your chat box that leads to our Limit Break Lifestyle Academy page. I'll appreciate if you just follow us and like it, and you will be able to get weekly feeds and content from us, basically. Also, Jono should have posted up the link to our website. If you join our, if you go to our website, which is limitbreaklifestyleacademy.com, you will notice that we have a lot of content in there already for you. Lots of blogs, lots of valuable information, and we also have a resource page where it shows you. It has a list of all the tools that we use, and all the a list of mentors, a list of books, for example, that we read, just to get you started along the way. And so you will find a lot of resources on our webpage, and John and I will be doing more videos. So some of you may have seen a few of our videos already. We just recently did a parody on on the top 30 best excuses of why not to set goals and take action, and turn it into a little bit of comedy, which is quite fun to do. But John and I will be doing a little bit more, some funny videos, but some mostly content related, high value content, and also inspirational videos for you guys as well. So do stay tuned, do follow us, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to our mailing list as well if you could. You can subscribe to us and definitely sign up to our monthly hangouts, because we will also be doing similar hangouts like tonight. So if you enjoyed it, then you would not want to miss the next one, because it just gets better and better. I remember when John and I first did our first hangout, there was only about 6 or 8 members, 2 including us two, obviously, so there were 6 viewers. But we started small, we started slowly, and there was it was just mainly discussion. And now our hangout has grown. We've got more members coming in now, and we've got more guest speakers. We've got more contents, more clarity and value to give to you. So. Yeah, so do follow us and share with your friends. Please share about us, with all your friends and families. And if you know anyone of your friends that you might do very well with our help, that like people with negative beliefs or people with limiting beliefs, send them to our side. We'll change that for them as well. And if any of you lot still have limiting beliefs, you know who to come to. You know who to talk to. John and I are always happy to talk to you about raising, breaking free of limiting beliefs. That's why we call it the Limit Break Lifestyle Academy. Sam, do you have any thing you would like to say to our audience before we finish off?
Well, thank you, all you viewers, for joining our hangouts and listening to me ramble on. I hope it was insightful, and you may have found it inspiring. Maybe you might see me as a role model, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Just list them on the side here, or just contact me. Even if in my email, my personal email at my business, sam@enigmaescape.co.uk. Let me type that for you. Happy to help anyone who needs some help.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Sam. Jono, any last words?
Well, I was going to say, just remember, guys, the basic need for humans is that growth is essential. If you are not growing, you are dying. So please do remember to learn something new every day, even if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just to read something new that you don't know about. That's essential to just growing in general. So again, thank you for all your time. I know it's getting quite late now, and early for Leo, who's joined us from Hong Kong. Very good morning to you. Thank you for coming and supporting us. And thank you again for everyone for your time. We could not hold this hangout without you guys, so thank you very much. And again, your support is, a huge meaning to me and Ick. The way we start is just, the two of us, but we want to contribute more, and you guys are willing to listen to us to ramble on about our stories and our journey. So thank you for allowing us to share with you what we've been going through and what we've been learning for a few years. As you know, me and Ick spent a lot of money on our education, and that we want to provide back to you, so you don't have to spend so much as we did. So I hope everything helps, and you enjoyed our time with Sam. Thank you much again, Sam, for coming along tonight at such short notice as well, for allowing us to interview you and Ignite Escape. I'm looking forward to joining that as well. I need to sort out a group just to go through and join through the Kickstarter, get some discounted tickets. So again, thank you very much, everyone. Live life to the fullest. Don't let your limiting beliefs stop you.
Thank you for that,
having me,
Jono.
guys.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Jono. So to finish off as well, just so you guys know, our Hangouts, we have 3 different ways of doing it. Tonight was a guest speaker, so sometimes we'll bring in guest speakers and mentors or anyone to provide value with. We bring them in. The next way, next month, we might just do a content base, so it will just be me and Jono giving a webinar style and just teaching you guys. And next month will be about time management. Next month will be about setting your time for to plan, to learn, and everything, and how important your time is, because successful people value time over money. Successful people will always value their time more, and so we will get on to talking about time management and everything related to time, basically, next month. So do join us for that one as well. And the other way is we every now and then we tend to gather all our communities together, gather everyone together, and we do a big gathering where we just simply talk to each other. So we can hold up to 10 co-hosts on our webinar jam on this Hangout. So we just get 10 of us together, and we will just introduce. Usually we would get the new members who we've not seen before, so that we can see your face and show yourself and introduce one another, so that we get to know you on a more intimate and personal level. So we'll let you know when that will be, but if that happens, do sign up to become a co-host. But also, at the meantime, if any of you feel that you have something to share for us, you might be in Sam's position as well. You might be doing something, or you might be working on a project, or you feel like you're going somewhere in life, or you might be doing something else like what me and Jonathan are doing to provide value for the market. Feel free to let us know. We would like to have you as a co-host. If you want to join us as our co-host next time to talk and to build your audience, and to even use us as your own platform to promote yourself, please feel free to do so. Contact me or Jonathan, and we will arrange that to happen. But otherwise, I would like to say a final thank you very much, guys, for coming. Again, Leo, Martin, Dima, Callie, Jojo, Jacob, Johnny, Kofi, Winston, Hon, Jennings, Ken, Liz, and Kim. I know you're there behind Kofi as well. Thank you very much for coming tonight once again, and I'm looking forward to see you next month on our next Hangout. Thank you, Jono, tonight for hosting this Hangout. And Sam, thank you very much for becoming our co-host tonight. Thank you very much for coming to speak and share your journey. It has been very inspirational. I'm fired up because of you right now, and I can't wait to try out your game. I mean, I simply just can't wait. And wishing you best of luck. And
Thank you.
Hopefully we will. Hopefully you yourself will join us on our next Hangout as well, and to join us as a member, and just engage with other people here, and just let us know how business is going for you as well. So thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, again.
Thank you.
Yes.
So if any of you have any final question, feel free to put it on here, type it in, and we're nice. Good night, guys, and take care.
Bye.
So you can all just slowly log off if you want to. I'm just gonna be here. We're just gonna be here for for 2 more minutes to see if anyone's posting any questions. If not, feel free to log off, and I'll stop the broadcast very soon. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Well, I guess we just chat amongst ourselves while we wait for any questions.
So Sam, do you have an early morning tomorrow? Any plans this week?
Tomorrow is when my lease should come through. My solicitor said that look out for the post tomorrow, and that's when I sign. I'm going to send it back, and then construction to start this Friday.
Wow, that's
That is
It's
awesome.
been a long, hard year to wait for this day, and I finally, well, I haven't done it yet, but it's going to be there. It's going to happen.
Excellent. The ball's rolling now then for you, isn't it? Excellent.
Yeah, I know that as soon as I sign this document, everything's going to be so fast-paced. I'd rather have another line tomorrow just to savor it.
awesome.
If you need any marketing strategies, feel free to contact Jonah or myself. I'm sure we can help in certain ways for you to
Thank you.
further get your message out there as well. We'd like to help you definitely in whatever ways we can. So just let us know.
That's awesome. Thank you too. I will be in touch.
Cool. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone has any questions, so I will be stopping the broadcast now. So everyone who's still listening, good night all, and thank you very much once again. Looking forward to see you next month, and live life with no limits. Good night all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.